Oh man, welcome back to No Excuses, man.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Hold up, cat, man. Before we jump into this thing, man, tell the good people at home what to do, man.
Man, like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Hit the post notification so you know when we post, man. Go like the go follow the Facebook page that No Excuses channel on Facebook, man. Keep running us up, keep liking videos, man. Get us out there.
Man, it's quite a few different ways we could go with this today. Quite a few different ways we could go with this today, but we can start off with the game last night, man. The Oklahoma City Thunder. Since we last recorded last week, it's been 3 games played since. Denver won game 3 down the stretch, went to overtime. Oklahoma City won games 4 and 5 by making double digit comebacks in the fourth quarter. Last night, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, man, was absolutely spectacular. If I'm not mistaken, man, it was 31.7 assists, 5 rebounds, or it might have been 7 rebounds and 5 assists, something like that. SGA went absolutely crazy last night, man. Nikola Jokic went absolutely crazy last night with 44, 15, and 5. He hit a three, spun around one leg. It was like some Dirk Nowitzki on steroids type shit he did, man. So you saw both the MVP candidates going at it. But man, Fat, I got asked, do you think it's over with for Denver?
Uh, no, because all of the games been close and competitive. So last night didn't really, steer me away from how good both teams match up and how good this series being, how competitive it's being. So I can see Denver winning game 6, pushing the game 7. Just simply because of the fact they got the heart of a champion. They ain't gonna lay down. You know what I'm saying? They know it's at stake. So they gonna give it they all in game 6, you know what I'm saying? And they know what they gotta do. They know if they don't, you know what I'm saying, it's over with for them. So back against the wall, Joker, best player in the world. Him and Jamal Murray, they've been there, done that. They've been through the storm together. You know what I'm saying? So I can see them stretching this to a 7 to 7 games, and we'll see what the chips fall. You know what I'm saying? But I think it'll go. I think they can push to a game 7 just because I'm going off the heart of a champion. Uh, a team that's been there and done that and got chemistry, been together for shit, going to probably like 10 years now, right? I think like 10 years. So they didn't see, what I'm saying, the good, the bad, and the ugly together. So I'm still and Aaron Gordon playing some great ball right now. So all the clutch shots he done hit in this postseason. So I can't really count Denver out yet. You know what I'm saying? I can see them pushing it to a game 7, very possible. So I don't think it's over yet. I don't.
Um, okay. This series started before we gave our official prediction for this series last week. If I'm not mistaken, game 1 of this series was played, I think, Monday night of last week, if I'm not mistaken. It started either Monday or Tuesday night of last week. That's when Joker had like 42 and 20. He went crazier in game 1 than he did last night, right? I'm not gonna say this series is over because I do agree with you. Denver got the championship pedigree. They got the best player in the world. They got a playoff riser in Jamal Murray. So I would never count Denver out. I'm not counting Denver out. What I will say is this: I'm concerned for Denver because I think last week when we did record after game 1, I said my pick would be Denver in 7, right? So in order for
Yeah,
Denver to win in 7 for the prediction to be right, there has to be a game 7.
yeah,
Where I struggle with, or at least where my confidence begins to dwindle with the Nuggets is, man, I just call it what it is. They're thin.
yeah,
Oklahoma City got the deeper basketball team.
yeah,
And it's starting to show late in these fourth quarters, man. I think Denver is beginning to wear down. I think Denver's beginning to wear down in these fourth quarters. Man, you
Yeah.
really wasted a masterpiece performance from Joker last night because the past 3 games he ain't been nowhere near that level of great that he normally is and that we know him to be. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I think this series is over. What I will say is this here. And look here, man, I'm not the type to try to criticize athletes or say stuff about athletes, you know what I'm saying, that I find to be disrespectful. But I've seen enough in this series. I've seen enough, and I truth be told, I kind of been alluding at it for years. I don't see it with Michael Porter Jr. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. He damn near unplayable.
Yeah.
He's the starting 2 guard in the last in 3 of the 5 games in this series. I think he scored 5 or less points.
Yeah.
He's not some lockdown defender. Miss me with being able to rebound as a guard. Nigga, can you score points? Michael Porter Jr. last night was awful.
Yeah.
Through the vast majority of this series, he's been awful.
Yeah.
When I watch Denver, generally he's awful. Other than when they play Lakers, everybody for Denver team turned into the best version of themselves against the Lakers for some reason. But when I watched last night, he was awful. And you know I am a Russell Westbrook fan. Russell Westbrook has been very good in these playoffs for Denver. Last night, he was awful.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook and Michael Porter Jr. together collectively had a very big portion in choking that game away last night. They did.
Yeah.
I don't want to take nothing away from Lou Dort for Oklahoma City. Lou Dort did hit. He had a flurry of threes. He hit 3 or 4 of them in a row that started off the fourth quarter that really catapulted that run Oklahoma City went on and how they ended to close the game out because they caught so much momentum early in the fourth quarter off of his shooting from beyond the arc. But my baseline point is, man, Michael Porter Jr. is awful.
Yeah.
And I'm tired. We sitting up here, man, and I listen to people talk about it. Like, he's supposed to be this, he's supposed to be that. Granted, he's like, for me, I can't say he Paul George. Paul George way better than him. I'm saying you know how Paul George, like you hear a lot of basketball players and a lot of kids say Paul George one of their favorite players, and other NBA players will tell you, if people like, man, who the nicest player, they'll say Paul George. I call that aura, right?
Yeah.
Paul George got a lot of aura. I think Carmelo Anthony had a lot of aura, right? But your aura ain't a bad thing. Odell Beckham had a lot of aura, right?
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. is like a poor man's Paul George without the aura.
Yeah.
Last night, I watched these games, he's becoming unplayable.
Yeah.
He's the starting 2 guard. And I wasn't gonna say nothing about it because for starters, if I'm not mistaken, man, coming out of college, he had a bad injury. He overcame that, and he did play well in the playoffs a couple of years ago whenever they won the title. So I don't think he's a bad player. No, misquote. I don't think he's a bad player. This is what I'm saying. When he comes in, when he's in there, he's prone to do low IQ things such as bad fouls, bad passes. He fouled in one check, but the other one is Hardenstein, the other big for Oklahoma City, on an alley-oop last night. He was clearly behind the fact he had no chance in hell of blocking the shot. No chance in hell.
Yeah.
You remember the play?
Which play now? Was it?
It was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Hardenstein throwing an alley-oop to Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren catching it and dunking it, and Michael Porter Jr. fouled him for behind 3-point play for Oklahoma City. The foul was absolutely terrible.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
It was absolutely awful. He had another turnover in the game I was just like, what the fuck? Look here, man. He's somebody that looks like he should be way better than what he actually showcases on the court. So I went and checked. I had to check today because I wanted to make sure. He make damn near just as much, if not more money than SGA.
Damn.
Yes. He got a big contract. Like 5 years, $180 million or some shit like that.
He got one of them Tobias Harris contracts.
Yes, man. Yes. Look here. I'll be honest, man. I think Denver outside of getting Russ, because I can't really count the Aaron Gordon move anymore because Aaron Gordon was part of the team that won the championship. Denver might be wasting Jokic prime, man.
Yeah.
They front office, man, they refusing to make moves in the offseason. They keep running it back. It's feeling to me real Milwaukee Bucks-ish.
Yeah.
Of what they did with Giannis after they won a title. They kept running it back. And it's just like, man, if Denver lose this series, which is looking like they very well possibly can.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City done won 3 games. Like, they can lose this series, right? For me, moves have to be made in the offseason.
Yeah.
And I'm be honest, man, you can't get rid of Jamal Murray. You might be stuck with Michael Porter Jr. because of their contract. Who's going to take him? I'm not really sure where Denver can go from here. But last night, man, that was a gut-wrenching loss for Denver last night. That was gut-wrenching. Denver had to have that one last night.
Yeah.
Denver steal that game last night, put all the pressure on Oklahoma City, and close it out at home in 6. I'm not saying this series is over because I think Jokic a bad enough motherfucker to pull this off.
Yeah.
Period. I've never counted them out. But they're going to get more from Michael Porter Jr. and more from Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
You watched that last night. MPJ was awful.
Yeah, he was terrible, man.
He was awful.
Yeah.
Like, real talk, man. You know me. Basketball necessarily my favorite sport, but I do really get into it whenever the playoffs start. I'm not a Denver Nuggets fan. I'm a Lakers fan, so I really should hate the Nuggets because that's who's been putting us out the playoffs here recently. Until now, Minnesota putting us out the playoffs, and Minnesota put out Denver last year. So we can't beat Denver or apparently the teams that can beat Denver, right?
Yeah.
I should hate the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I should not be this emotionally invested in watching the Nuggets play. I was watching the Nuggets last night, and Michael Porter Jr. was making me visibly frustrated.
Yeah.
I could feel myself look pissed off watching him play last night, man. It was bad.
Yeah.
He got too much talent, too much potential. He's supposed to be this, and he's not playing anything like it at all. And it made me even more mad when niggas like him show their ass against the Lakers.
Yeah.
He can't miss against the goddamn Lakers.
Yeah. He do go crazy.
I don't know.
Them niggas turn into the Avengers when they play the Lakers. Them niggas turn into the Avengers.
I'm not counting Denver out. I think Denver still got a shot. They still got obviously, you know what I'm saying, Joker. They still got Murray. I'm expecting MPJ to have a big game tomorrow night in Game 6. If he gonna have a big game, goddamn it, it's got to be now or never.
Yeah. Westbrook really need to show up because when Westbrook playing and he clicking on all cylinders, they very dangerous when he clicks.
Yes.
So if Westbrook go out there and play like he been playing throughout these playoffs, man, I give him a great chance to pull this off.
Yes, man. Russ got to get back to form. Russ has been good in these playoffs, man.
He's been good, very good.
Russ been good in these playoffs,
real
man.
good.
So
He was real good.
I want Denver to win tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie to you. It could be the 7th to me. I just want a Game 7.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest. We might have to have the conversation one day. Our Game 7 is overrated because when we go back and check out, a lot of them games be blowouts.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Game 7s don't really live up to the hype.
The last Game 7 that was fucking cinema is that 2016 finals with LeBron and them when they played Steph and they came back 3-1 and beat them in that Game 7. That was a hell of a Game 7.
Yes, it was.
2016. Yeah. That was a hell of a Game 7.
Oh, man. But that's all I got on that series, man. We'll move on to some more playoff basketball. Hold up, man. Before I get to Boston and New York, I would like to give what I feel needs to be given, man. It's time to quit ignoring what they're doing. It's time to get them they just do, man. Let's give, a slight round of applause. A slight round of applause, man. A slight round of applause. The Indiana Pacers have made it to back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals. Once you do it once, I say it's fluky. You go back-to-back, I don't think that's a fluke. That's a good basketball team in Indiana.
They good, man. They good.
That's a good basketball team in Indiana, and it's time for us to start fucking saying it.
They good. And Tyler Burton is a solid player, man. That nigga good, man.
Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner, who I always thought was underrated. Pascal Siakam. Hey, real talk. It's fact when you
Nice, man.
when you go back to back year, I can no longer say it's a fluke.
Yeah,
This is a good
they're nice.
basketball team.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
good
they're nice.
basketball team, man. Got to give a ton of
Yeah,
credit to Indiana, man. They knocked the Cavs out of the playoffs in 5. Now the Cavs dealt with some injuries throughout the series. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, they dealt with injuries throughout the series. I'm not trying to dim the light on Indiana at all because they did what the fuck they had to do. They did what they had to do, man. I think next year, whatever Cleveland has now officially reached that boat, the regular season we no longer care about.
yeah,
You got to show us in the playoffs.
yeah, yeah,
That's my takeaway from that series. I just felt like we needed to touch on that, man, because what Indiana is doing, man, they play at a pace. They so up and down the court so goddamn fast.
yeah,
They are very explosive offensively. Miles Turner can erase anything at the rim. They can defend him. Indiana got a good basketball. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I give in because we're gonna talk about the Celtics and the Knicks. I give Indiana a shot. I give them a real shot to get to the finals. A real
yeah,
shot to
for
get to the
sure,
finals, man.
sure, for
A
sure.
real shot to get to
I
the
think
finals, man. But now moving into the other Eastern Conference semifinals, the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics. New York now has a commanding 3-1 lead against the defending champ Boston Celtics. And man, we ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying, talk circles around it, man. Hold up, man. First off, man, whenever, you know what I'm saying, man, being that we played sports, not nowhere near at the professional level like the people that we talking about, but we played sports, man, and you know what I'm saying? I ain't never had an Achilles injury, but I've dealt with other injuries, broken ankles and shit like that right there, fractured hips and shit. But Jayson Tatum, man, torn Achilles. You know what I'm saying? So just man, just me being who I am and whether I love sports, man. You know what I'm saying? You wish the best for Jayson Tatum, man. Speedy recovery. Because one thing about all sports ain't at their best when all the great players ain't playing. And Tatum one of the best in
yeah,
this shit right now.
yeah,
So you know what I'm saying, man? Speedy recovery to Jayson Tatum. Hope he get back, you know what I'm saying, come back to being his old self. If it's a torn Achilles, I'm almost positive he gonna miss probably all of next year.
yeah,
So
yeah,
just for me, man, that makes it even worse. But I want to ask you this because I think this series is over.
yeah.
I think this series is over, man. So, but I want to talk about Boston first, then we'll talk about the Knicks. With Boston, what do this injury to Tatum mean to you?
Um,
Like big picture, big picture.
I think this injury is significant because when you got two players on the wing that play, on both ends the way that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown do, that complement each other very well, you missing that presence is significant for your team, man, because a lot of stuff run through Jason Tatum. So I feel like this injury is very significant. You know what I'm saying? You can't take it lightly. Um, you got some players that come back and they be the same. You got some that never recover. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on, how your rehab and all that stuff goes. So hopefully he come back, you know what I'm saying, and have a speedy recovery, man. But I think it's significant right now because Jason Tatum, I mean, I say what I say about him, I might not be as high on Jason Tatum as, many people are, but I have to give credit when it's due, man. Jason Tatum definitely can, I've never said he couldn't hoop or nothing like that. The dude can hoop, so he averaged 27 points a game this year. So that's 27 points that's gone now. So of course that's a significant loss, you know what I'm saying? But um they gotta with you still got Drew Holiday, you know what I'm saying, that have been there and done that. You still got Jaylen Brown and stuff like that. But it just the injury to Tatum, I think that kind of threw everything off with the team, man, because it was just, out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? So I just don't think they can find a way to, you know what I'm saying, go through the rest of this series and it still be the same because it's like, damn, our best player got hurt. So, and when your best player get hurt, it's always a significant, thing. So, like I said, I just hope the dude come back and he back in form and he don't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? You got players that had torn Achilles like Kevin Durant. He came back and averaged more points than he did before he got an Achilles injury. Um, Kobe came back and what I'm saying, he still was good, you know what I'm saying? So I done seen players come back from it and do their thing, you know what I'm saying? But um like I said, I think it's significant, man. Like I think it's very significant that Jayson Tatum tore his Achilles last night for the Celtics, man. But like I say, hopefully he come back off from a speedy recovery, man, and be ready for not next year but the year after. Because with that Achilles, I know they're gonna make you sit out a whole year behind that one. You know what I'm saying, to make sure that it's fully like healed, like you fully recovered. They ain't just finna just throw you back out there with no torn Achilles. So
And man, you could tell watching it the way that he went down so fast. You knew what the injury was, man. You knew what
yeah,
the
I
injury,
knew what it was.
and man, he was going off too. They weren't gonna win the game any damn way, but he was going
Yeah,
off too, man.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
okay, so now that we over that, well, hold on. I'm gonna be honest, man. I think big picture for the Celtics. I think sometimes we as sports fans, we think that every time a team won a championship, we think the team that's gonna win it the next year is the same team. We always assume you're going back to back and finna start this run and start this dynasty. That's not how it works, man. Injuries derail it, contracts, players get older. Sometimes the ball just don't bounce your way. Things like that are reason why dynasties either exist or don't exist. So I think that Tatum's injury definitely impacts what we thought could have at least been a mini dynasty run, so to speak.
yeah, yeah,
Boston has a very well run front office with Brad Stevens, so I'm pretty sure they'll go out and make moves. But I think Al Horford probably retires after this year. I think
yeah,
Kristaps Porzingis only got one more year left in Boston, and he's gone. Drew Holiday, as good as he is, as underrated as I think he is, he ain't exactly a spring chicken. As far as basketball go, he been in this shit for a while. So man, I think this current iteration, this current version of the Celtics is pretty much a wrap. I don't, and I'm be honest, man, I won't be shocked. You possibly I don't think so, but you may you may have seen the end of Tatum and Brown. I'm just gonna put that out there.
yeah,
I don't think that's true. I don't think they're getting rid of Jaylen Brown. I don't think so. But when stuff like this happen, man, you got to think they got new ownership. They already want to get the team cheaper. Jaylen Brown got one of the bigger contracts on the team. I'm just saying they could look to move Jaylen Brown for assets. I'm just saying.
yeah.
I don't think they will, but you never know. Remains to be seen, man. But that's my takeaway from Boston. But what I do want to get into is, as far as this series, I want to get into the New York Knicks, right? Jalen Brunson, I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again. The only reason Jalen Brunson ain't viewed as a consensus top 10 player in the NBA is because of his size. And he don't
Yeah,
shoot the ball like Steph Curry.
yeah,
Jalen
yeah,
Brunson has been the best player in these NBA playoffs so far. Consistently,
yeah,
game in and game out.
yeah,
This
yeah, yeah,
nigga been going off every night.
yeah.
So I want to ask you, do you think this series is over, number one? And number two, is New York a real threat to get to the finals? I don't want to necessarily preview New York, Indiana Eastern Conference Final because it ain't set in stone yet. We still remains to be seen. But I'm just start letting Sarah Bell rotate with a Knicks Pacers Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah. So you asked me, do I think the series over with the Celtics and
Right.
the um I think Boston, even if Boston wins tonight, I think the Knicks take it home. When they go back home, it's game six. I think they're gonna win game six, even if Boston win tonight. I think if Boston it wouldn't shock me for Boston to win tonight because Boston, pride, they're gonna play with pride. They're gonna give everything they got. How teams do whenever they're back against the wall. So they're gonna play their best that they can possibly play that they played all series. So I can see Boston, winning to if they play tonight, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see them winning, but if they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I think the series over with regardless. I think the Knicks like this series over with, you know what I'm saying? But um yeah, man, I think with the Knicks, with Jalen Brunson, man, what he's been able to do in these playoffs, man, and like you say, he been performing at a high level in every game that I've seen him play in. You know what I'm saying? But I said this before the series. I said Boston may get him. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for Boston to win the series, but I always said, man, Jalen Brunson, man, y'all got to watch out for Jalen Brunson. He been showed me, man. He showed me when he was with Dallas in the playoffs when they was in the West Conference Finals. He played good in all them games, damn near. So I mean, the dude, he worried. You know what I'm saying? He ain't a flashy type of player. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like you said, Steph Curry esque or nothing like that. But he get the job done. He do what he supposed to do, and he clutch. Like he one of the clutchest players in all of the NBA, man. Like when you need him, he gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm so proud of the Knicks actually, doing what they're doing right now because like people I low key been rooting for the Knicks to actually, get over the hump and make a conference finals or hell, even more finals. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy for New York, man. I know Stephen A. Smith is on one right now. Like you can't tell him none right now. He's somewhere jumping up and down and in excitement. Like I understand it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I'm happy for the Knicks, man. Like the Carl Anthony Towns move at first, I didn't know how that was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But Cat actually been playing good, man. But OG Anunoby, I like OG Anunoby a lot, man. Like I said, I like that whole Knicks team, man. I like that team, bro. They nice, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm always Jalen Brunson, man. I'm a Brunson fan. I like Brunson a lot, man. Villanova, you know what I'm saying? Just straight up come to the gym, do his job. You know what I'm saying? He, like I said, he ain't gonna be the most flashiest or nothing like that, but he come and do his job and do it very well, consistent, and that's all you can ask for in the playoffs, man. Come do your job. Don't worry about being flashy, none of that. Just do what you got to do. Make clutch buckets. Do your job and go on, man. That's what Jalen Brunson do. He don't really talk much junk for real. He ain't, controversial. He ain't really got no problems off the court or nothing like that. Seem like what I'm saying, a great dude, like, you know, somebody that you can look up to, like a good example of, just a good dude all around. So I'm happy for the Knicks, man. Like I said, I'm happy for the New York Knicks. And hopefully, man, they can reach the finals. You know what I'm saying? I root for to reach to the finals. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like the Knicks, man.
I don't think people are actually paying attention to what Jalen Brunson doing in these playoffs. Man, I'll be straight up, man. Jalen Brunson already might be a top five Nick of all time.
Yeah,
And I'm be straight up, man. He done passed Melo on the list too.
yeah,
He done more for the Knicks than Melo did already. Yes, he have. I'm sorry.
yeah.
He have, man. Like the real talk, man. The dude on the heater. I hope to see it continue, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just for me, unless it's Alabama football, I ain't gonna lie to you, cause I'm biased. That's my favorite team. I like seeing new champions of sports.
Yeah, me too.
Like I'm gonna be honest, Golden State versus Cleveland all them years we were in the finals. To me, that shit got extremely boring.
Yeah,
Like I like
yeah,
this new NBA with the playoffs. We get new champions every year. I'm for that.
Yeah.
I'm for that. I will
Yeah.
imagine, man, the Knicks in the finals, Madison Square Garden, all the celebrities at the game, man, 50 Cent in that motherfucker, Fat Joe, Jada Kiss, who else from New York, man? Who else from New York? Man, Spike Lee, Joe Budden, everybody in the games, man. New York Knicks in the finals just gonna be a vibe to watch.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a vibe to watch. And truth be told, let's call it what it is, man. Let's call it what it is. The Knicks just flat out outplayed Boston in this series.
For sure.
If they
For
walk
sure.
you down by 20 once, you go, okay, you got lucky. Then they do it again. Then the goddamn last game, they thoroughly got at your ass. New York has
Yeah.
outplayed them, man. And what's
Yeah, but
quiet is kept, what ain't being talked about is because we all viewed it as Boston starting five, because Boston might be the quote unquote deeper team. The Knicks starting five just as good as Boston.
Yeah.
It's just as good as Boston.
Yeah.
When you throw in the fact that Jalen Brunson has been the most clutch player in the NBA this season, it's actually not surprising that New York is up in this series the way that they are. The Knicks have straight up outclassed Boston, man. They have.
Because when I'm looking at the starting five, I would take Jalen Brunson over Jalen Brown. I mean, I
Yes.
would. I think Brunson better than Brown.
Yes.
Then your best player just got hurt, Tatum. So, yeah, right now, Karl Anthony Towns, I'm taking him
I'm
over.
taking him
No,
over
not
Porzingis.
over Porzingis. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm probably taking Bridges and Drew Holiday, whoever you like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
The
pretty.
Knicks starting
Yeah,
five is just as good as
yeah,
Boston's.
yeah, yeah.
It
Pretty
is.
even. Pretty even. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I ain't just saying that because I got on a New York Yankees hat. I'm not a New York guy, but hey, the Knicks, man, the Knicks starting five is as good as
yeah,
Boston is, and they shown it in this series, man. But
yeah.
hold up, man, because you made me think of something before we started doing this episode. Right before we started doing it, man. So because I'm gonna get to the Chiefs and the Cow, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that last now because you made me think about something. Last week, man, the Warriors and the Timberwolves series, if I'm not mistaken, after the first two games, wasn't it 1-1?
Yeah.
Because Golden State won game one, Minnesota won the last three, right? Because
Yeah.
Steph Curry got hurt in game one. And I said, I don't think this series is over because Golden State got Jimmy Butler, playoff Jimmy. Me, you, and Tom, shout out to Tom, a couple weeks ago, I don't think it was last week, week before last, was having a conversation about players that we thought were the O word. What's the O word? Overrated. We talked about athletes that we thought might be overrated. I meant to put that on Facebook. I still ain't done it yet. I might do it tomorrow. I just keep forgetting to do it. But so my question, and you said a name. You said a name. Now, so I want to see if you're gonna stand in your square, or if you're gonna pound and try to backtrack it and be PG. We'll see how you do this. Because I want to see how you're gonna do this. Because I ain't never really seen you in this bad. You ain't really the rant guy. I'm more of the rant guy. And this ain't even, you ain't got to go on a rant for it. I just really want to hear your thoughts. And okay, I want you to sway me or sway the public into why you feel the way that you feel. So without further ado, I'm gonna put the ticker at the bottom of the screen. It's a very simple question. Is Jimmy Butler overrated?
I would say he is. I would say he is, man. I think when we talk about Jimmy Butler, he come from in the 2010s era. The 2010s era is, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, I said
Westbrook,
Kawhi Leonard, Westbrook,
James
James
Harden,
Harden,
Jokic.
Jokic.
Would you put Jokic in the? I put Jokic in the 20.
Giannis,
Greek, yeah.
Giannis. Um, yeah, man. When we think about those names that we just said, man, like these are no question. Like we know what this is. You know what I'm saying? Like no knocks to Jimmy Butler. I just don't think the names that I said he don't go in front of none of them names. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that he's not a good player. I never said he wasn't good. I just think you feel me. Just a slight bit. He's just a slight tad bit overrated. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, when you told me last week, you know what I'm saying, about him carrying, a team to the finals and stuff like that, I understand that. But what people knock Kevin Durant for? Not being able to carry a team and all of that shit, or whatever the case may be. But not you saying you don't say it. Other people say that. But at the same time, Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler, who you take?
Oh,
Who
you
you
asked me that?
taking out
That's
of Kevin?
fat. Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler, respectfully, don't belong in the same conversation.
That's what I'm
In my
saying.
opinion,
But they say he carried.
they don't
They
belong in the
say
same
Jimmy
conversation.
carried. They say Jimmy carried these teams and stuff to the playoffs and stuff. I mean, to the finals and all of
Okay,
that stuff.
I get where you're
You know what
going.
I'm
You
saying?
saying because Jimmy has done that and KD quote unquote hasn't done that. Okay, I see what
Hasn't
you. I
done
see what you
that.
okay,
Yeah.
will.
So you know what I'm saying? If judging off those metrics, you would say Jimmy, but you would take him over Kevin Durant if y'all basing it off of that.
Okay.
And that's crazy as hell to me. I don't think it's close. I don't think him and Kawhi close. I don't think Jimmy Butler and Kawhi is close. I don't think that's a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis ain't carried none nowhere. Do you think Jimmy Butler better than Anthony Davis?
No, I don't. No.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Um, how much better is Jimmy Butler than Kyrie Irving?
I think okay.
James
Hold on.
Harden.
Time out. In that particular case, for me, I would have to because I'm sound like I'm contradicting myself because that I could have said the same thing for Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis as the number one option didn't carry his team nowhere, but I would still take AD over Jimmy Butler as the number one. I'm taking AD as my best player on my team. Kyrie versus Jimmy, you know me, I'm a Kyrie guy. I'm be straight up. I think Kyrie got a whole lot of aura and a whole lot of game to go with it. So I would take Kyrie. I don't think it's crazy for somebody to say they think Butler better than Kyrie, though. I don't think that's crazy. I would
James
take Kyrie,
Harden.
but I don't think that one crazy. And they play two totally
James
different
Harden.
positions, too. I don't think that one crazy.
James Harden. James Harden has been absolutely fucking deplorable in the playoffs. He's been horrible
True.
in the playoffs.
True.
So, in career wise, you would take Jimmy Butler over James Harden? Career wise,
No, Harden got the better career.
Harden the better player.
No, I agree. I'm agreeing with you. Harden got an MVP.
Yeah, that's
Top
what I'm
five MVP
saying.
finish. Just been to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is, I can't keep. I'm putting these names over. This is his contemporaries. This is the era that he's in.
okay.
Quit giving me, the finals runs he took these teams on. But when I bring up like the names I said, the ones that didn't carry their team nowhere, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, they better than him.
Okay, hold up. I do want to give some pushback. I do want to get some pushback. Not that I'm disagreeing with you, but I do want to get some pushback. How much stock do you put into Jimmy carrying those teams to the final? Let's be honest, he took a very not finals like team in Miami to the NBA finals twice. He did it twice.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
He's still not better than none of them niggas I just said, though. He ain't better than none of them niggas I said. None of them.
Do you think him carrying those teams to the finals at least puts him in the conversation with any of them? Not with LeBron and KD and Steph. He don't go to conversation with them. But does that at least put him in the conversation with an Anthony Davis or a Kyrie Irving or a James Harden? Because believe what you want to, contrary to believe, some people would take Jimmy over James Harden strictly due to playoffs.
Right now, today, yes. I'm talking about career wise.
What I think I'm saying is, I think there are people out there that would take Jimmy's career over James Harden because they don't believe in the regular season like that. They're going to look strictly at the finals appearances.
Nah,
I think
bro.
these people out there that seriously would say that Jimmy Butler had a better career.
But I'm one of them people. I'm one of them people. Regular season count for me, nigga. You have to win in the regular season to go to the playoff. Yeah, so
I
that
wish
matters
more
to me.
people thought that way.
Yeah, regular season matters to me. James Harden averaged 36 points a game in the season, man.
True.
I'm sorry, like no, not to Jimmy. You feel me? But Jimmy ain't never been in no MVP conversations, man. For you to be as good as you is, you have to at least have a mention in it. At least a mention in it. And all the ones I named that had a mention in it, some fucking were down the line. Somebody. I know they have. Most of them any goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not knocking Jimmy Butler. All I'm saying is the ones that in his era. Like, come on, man. I'm not lying about nothing I'm saying. These guys are better than him. And that's not saying that he's not good. You know what I'm saying? But why I say overrated is because they put him uphill and, you know what I'm saying, and all of this other stuff that they do with him. But I'm bringing up, players that played in his era. That's, that you done seen. You see with your own two eyes who better. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the dude not good. I'd be crazy to say he's not good. But Jimmy Butler, like, for instance, when Durant was with Golden State right now, how many points Jimmy averaged in this series?
I don't have to look. I do not know off the top of my head. I'm putting it like this here. They was down 2-1. They were down 2-1 going into game 4. I think he scored like 14 points. If that was Kevin Durant, he would have got killed on TV the next day.
When Kevin Durant was with Golden State in any postseason run, did that nigga even score under 25?
Don't ask me. I don't remember that.
I'm just saying though, bro. I'm just saying. Like, this consistent. What I'm saying is people make listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. People, and this, I know this, I'm finna veer off subject a little bit. People make it seem like what Durant did with Golden State, anybody can go in there and do it. Averaging 35 points a game in a final series,
right?
And 50-60% from the field. If anybody can do it, you know what I'm saying? Why Jimmy can't do that? Why he can't come in and average 20-some points or 30-some points throughout the whole playoff with Golden State? Why he can't do it? If anybody can do it, they say anybody can do that.
Okay, now we being a bit disingenuous. This is a different version of Golden State. This is a different version. They ain't as good as they were then.
I'm just saying, they say anybody can do it.
Steph Curry ain't fell off that much, but Klay Thompson gone.
No, I'm saying
nearly the three he was.
I'm saying
it's a different Golden State team.
No, I'm saying they say anybody. They say anybody can do it though. I've seen comments. They say anybody can do that.
No. I saw the same comment. Trust me. And I will, because I'm getting what you're saying, and you got a point. Your point is spot on. I'm just saying I don't want to compare this iteration of the Warriors to the Warriors. It's not the same goddamn Warriors.
Jimmy Butler couldn't have done that then.
No,
he couldn't have done that then.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying I don't compare the two versions of the team is all I'm saying. Jimmy Butler ain't Kevin Durant. We on the same.
No, he couldn't have done that then. Yeah, he couldn't have done that then, but they say anybody can do it.
Like, no, I thought that was stupid as hell when they said about Durant.
That's all I'm saying.
Stupid as hell when they said about Durant. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I ask myself the question, is Jimmy Butler overrated? I never thought about it until I'm listening to you, and you do give a very compelling case as to he might be a little bit over. Trust me, I actually get where you're going. I don't think that's the craziest thing in the world.
I like Jimmy.
I think he's overrated because maybe I am putting a little bit too much stock into carrying them teams to the final, because at the same time, he carried them now. True, find the dandy, but when they got there, nothing happened. They got dismantled by the Lakers and they got smoked by the Nuggets. Now, granted, you can just say he was going against teams that they had no shot at beating. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that at all. But at the end of the day, whenever you compare him to the best players of the 2010s era. I'm not sure where he falls in because he don't go with LeBron or Curry or Durant. He'll go nowhere. That ain't more for conversation. I'm gonna lie to you, man. He don't go in front of Kawhi. Objectively looking at it, I know niggas like to try to act like regular season and all NBA teams and stuff don't matter, but you can't objectively put him in front of James Harden. Because it's like this right here, man. James Harden behind Hakeem Olajuwon. James Harden is a top 2 or 3 Houston Rocket of all time.
Yeah.
You can't debate that. You can't debate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jimmy Butler, I'm not sure what franchise he's a top 5 player in.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know. So I ain't gonna lie to you. You definitely have made the case, and I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I like this energy out you a little bit more. We need to bring more of this to the pod because I ain't gonna lie to you. Me and you definitely should start debating a little bit more. We need to debate just then, but just me trying to get some pushback to your argument. I like how you held your ground in your argument because you got a point, man. You ain't gonna lie. You damn near to convince me. And you know one thing about me. If I say a motherfucker, I just think you're great.
Yeah.
You really ain't no change in my mind when I say it.
Yeah.
Like, because for me, I think people look at the word overrated wrong. If I say you're overrated, that means I think you're good. You just ain't as good as other folks make you out to be, in my opinion. If I thought a nigga was trash, I ain't gonna say you're overrated. I just say this nigga trash.
No. Jimmy ain't trash.
You know
Jimmy not trash.
In order to be overrated, people have to rate you highly.
Yeah.
Like, we on the same page. I don't think you think Jimmy Butler ain't a good player. I think you give Jimmy Butler his just due for carrying them teams to the final. You just saying you think people Jimmy Butler got aura.
Yeah.
He got aura.
Yeah.
Aura make motherfuckers put you in the light that you shouldn't be in.
No,
That's what aura do.
Yeah. That's basically what I'm saying. What they do with Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more of this is what I firmly believe. I think it's more of the story. It's more of the story behind him in the way that, he's a gritty player. He grind. He came from the bottom. He get it out the mud. He one of them type. He smart me as one of them type of niggas. You know what I'm saying? So one of them hard body type of niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking him for that. But I think with that, you feel me? They kind of take him a notch that I don't think he at. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he's not good or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But when I think about the players in his generation, they're great at something. Either great scorers or something like that. Like they have something to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't know I can put him in that category with the ones that I said. And that's not saying that he's not a good player. I think differently than some others do about him. That's all it is. I'm not saying that he's not a good player. I never said that about him. But I just think just a tad bit, he's a tad bit overrated. That's just my opinion.
Hey man, with that.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got one last segment for the day, man. That would have been the last segment, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I honestly been seeing people talk about this. I thought it would be a little fun to talk about real quick, man, because Dad is a Cowboys fan. But people are saying that the Kansas City Chiefs are the new America's team. I'm gonna give my thoughts on this, man. I'm gonna pass the ball to you. And we can wrap this up, man. The Chiefs, while they're the team of the decade, the team of the moment, although Philly just won the ring, the Chiefs were going for the three-peat. The Chiefs got the whole Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift thing going on. So the Chiefs right now are the more talked about team than Philadelphia. The Cowboys are the most talked about team in the world. We all know, man, they're the most valuable franchise, literally the richest. If I'm not mistaken, I think their estimated net worth now might be like $11 billion. Jerry Jones, marketing genius, man, did everything he did everything he needed to do to get the Cowboys to where they are as far from a marketing standpoint and a global standpoint and a mainstream standpoint. So for me, this is just my opinion. I don't think the Chiefs can never or anybody can never dethrone the Cowboys as America's team. Three
Yeah.
reasons. For three reasons. For one, Jerry Jones and that marketing, like I just mentioned. For two, it's too many Cowboy fans across the world. And for three, the Cowboys on the team were good, bad, or indifferent. They're gonna get talked about throughout the season on damn near a daily basis.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the Cowboys being as popular as they are makes people look at their team through a lens that's unfair to the team. I listen to a lot of people come out and say, oh, the Cowboys got a top 3 roster or a top 5 roster. Then you examine the roster, and I'm like, yeah, this is not a top 5 roster. Y'all are doing that
Yeah.
because they play for the Cowboys. I think playing
Yeah.
for the Cowboys brings you perks, and it can catapult your stardom into maybe a level of stardom that your level of play on the field didn't necessarily acquire for you to have. That's just like, I think Dak Prescott is as popular as he is and as known as he is. I think more of that is due to the fact that he's the Cowboys quarterback, than actually being a good quarterback. I think Dak is better than maybe most people do. I ain't consider that like I think Dak Prescott is elite, but I do think he's better than most people think he is. But I think if you switch, if you put, I don't know who to swap him with. If you take Dak Prescott and you put him in, let's say, Arizona or Jacksonville or Minnesota or somewhere like that, smaller market, he's nowhere nearly as talked about.
Yeah.
Like, you understand what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins are very comparable. I think Dak better than Kirk Cousins, but I think they're very comparable. That's all I
Yeah.
got. But as far as the question, the Chiefs will never overtake the Cowboys. The Cowboy America's team, man. Cowboys been America's team all my life, and I can't see that changing no time soon.
Yeah.
People love the fucking Cowboys, man.
They love the Cowboys. Yeah. And man, to touch on what you said, I think with Dallas, with how they do Dallas now, is they base off their history and they try to the history that they had back then don't match the product that's on the field now. Like their history back then don't match up with what they producing on the field, right? As of today.
Right.
So they still going back. You know what I'm saying? They going back off what the Cowboys used to be, and they pinned it on Dak and all of them to, be able to, rewrite history. And I don't think Dak is just this big star. Like you said, if he was at a different market, he wouldn't be as talked about as much. You know what I'm saying? I just think, like I say, it's the Cowboys, it's America's team. You know what I'm saying?
They get the first game of the week every week.
First game of the week every week. You know what I'm saying? When they lose or whatever, they get all the memes. Everybody got every joke about the Cowboys when they lose. So I think it's like I said, I think it's more of the history than what's on the field, because Dak Prescott, he been filling in the playoffs. He been filling, through the playoffs for a long time now. So I mean, him filling in the playoffs is not shocking no more. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys ain't won a Super Bowl since the 90s. So I mean, it's not like it's shocking that they're not winning championships no more. Like, nigga, they ain't won the championships since the 90s,
In
man.
a long time.
Like, y'all stuck in that. And then y'all stuck in that, and y'all want to put that. And I think it's unfair to the players because you putting that on them, and them guys ain't, what they ain't come from that era. You know what I'm saying? They just happen to be on America's team. You know what I'm saying? So they get, that put on them, which, like I say, the Cowboys ain't a team we looking for to win no Super Bowl. Like, before the season coming in, we don't look for the Cowboys to be in no Super Bowl, man. Like, let's be honest. Like, who gonna be shocked if the Cowboys get put out in the first round? Nobody. Like, it's just not. I don't know why. You feel me? People be having such a big deal about the Cowboys not playing for a Super Bowl. They hadn't played for a Super Bowl in a long time, man. Like, I just think y'all basing it a lot off of history and what they used to be, and try to pin it on Dak Prescott now. CD Lamb now, and all the players they got currently on the roster. But
Like
I
I
think,
agree with you, man. It's just like
yeah,
I just found this out today that it was January 15th, 1995, the last time the Cowboys played for an NFC championship.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
January 15th, 1995. I wasn't even on Earth. I wasn't born.
That's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's literally been 30 years.
yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
for me, the Cowboys are gonna always be America's team because they find a way to stay relevant even when the team's not good. I mean,
Not
talking
good.
about the Cowboys having success and the fans get delusional and everybody know what I'm saying, had these instant and these crazy reactions about them. It's almost to me like listening to old heads talk about basketball.
Yeah,
Oh, they don't foul and they just no man. It's a new world. But basketball's not played that way anymore.
no, it's not.
The Cowboys have years where they be decent, they can be pretty good. They got years that they bad. In them 30 years, it's been some good, some bad, and some showing up ugly. We can agree on
Yeah,
that. But as far as the Cowboys like being America's team for being the it team, the team that's winning, them days been over.
yeah,
They America's
yeah.
team now for everything but what they do on the field.
Memes. They really are meme. Really.
To be honest, I'm at real talk, man. I'm not even saying this because I'm a fan. But in 30 years, the Cowboys have been to an NFC championship. The Saints have been to two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And poorly run as our organization is right now, we'd have been to two NFC championships. The Cowboys went to
Exactly.
one. We don't won a Super
Exactly.
Bowl since the Cowboys won one.
We didn't won one here. We
So I
won one
mean,
after
just
y'all did,
just
I
as
think.
far as
Yeah.
that go, I think they're gonna forever be America's team due to because you got to look at it. It's like this, man. The Patriots had the greatest run in the history of the NFL. They won 6 titles. I think they played for like 8 or 9 of them, 20-year span, and nobody ever called the Patriots America's team. And the mascot, the logo, the team name was literally the Patriots.
Yeah.
If the name of the team is the Patriots and they go on the greatest run in the history of the sport, and we still don't refer to them as America's team, nothing's ever gonna partake the Cowboys America's team.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not possible.
Yeah. Cowboys got aura, like you just said. They
The
have aura.
Cowboys got aura.
They got aura. It's
And
crazy to
real
say, but
talk,
they got
man.
aura.
Next week, I want to talk about on this podcast players that benefit, athletes that benefit from having more aura than maybe their careers or their games say they should have. I think
Yeah.
aura is a real thing.
Yeah, aura a real thing. Aura is definitely
Aura
a
is a
real thing.
real thing, man.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
is. You got
You
anything
gotta
else
think
now?
of you gotta think of some players though that got aura that don't really
That's
they
why
should they don't
I
match.
want to throw that out there. Let's put it in the back burner. We will come back to that next week.
But Cowboys will forever be America's team, man. Like
I agree.
America,
I don't think, I don't
America
think it's
go
close.
America gonna make it a point to make the Cowboys American team. Like I said, the Cowboys is more known for memes than wins these days. They are mean. Like they're like they are walking meme. You know how many memes it is of Dak Prescott? Like, come on, man.
Because I don't think it's close. The only reason I even brought this up today because I saw somebody else talking about it, so I just felt like I might as well bring it up on the pod today. But for me, this is not even close to me.
Yeah, yeah,
If the Patriots won 6 titles in 20 years and played for 2 more, lost to the Giants, the name of the team is the Patriots. The quarterback was who many consider to be the greatest of all time in Tom Brady, with the coach considered the greatest of all time in Bill Belichick. I'm going to reiterate, the name of the team is literally the Patriots. If they're not going to be
yeah,
considered America's team over the Cowboys who ain't done nothing relevant in 30 years,
yeah,
nobody will ever partake. You never take that
yeah.
crown from Dallas.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
all I got.
Yeah,
You got anything else for
this
today,
one.
man?
Nah, that's it.
Oh, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Give us a follow on Facebook, man. Give us a thumbs up on the video, man. There's no excuses, and we out.
Yeah. Damn.